This is StreamBlast, the podcast focused entirely on the world of streaming, including things like TV, movies, shorts, Netflix, Hulu, Disney+, whichever service we're looking at, probably except Peacock. I don't think we really care about that. We're going to be talking about what's on it. Today...
Yeah, I was on Peacock. People watch Peacock for that. That's it. I guess almost DreamWorks movies.
I will literally buy the DVD first. But let me introduce the man that you just heard on screen. The man that is talking about getting and subscribing to Peacock for some reason. Who knows why. Mark Warren.
Oh, by the way, I'm not in Chicago anymore.
Hey.
We're never going to see Chicago again.
Yeah. In fact, I think we're entirely done with Chicago. Oh, Jesus. How the fuck did I get here? Oh, fucking Christ. Jesus Christ. Mark, what have you done to me?
I'm in the
newsroom. What the fuck have you done to me? I'm very worried. But anyway, as I...
No, you went over to Chicago to meet me in person, and then I left.
Now I'm stuck here, and you're in some sort of
you missed your last
studio.
You missed the last flight back home.
Ever. And I'm stuck here for its entirety. Yeah. What a shit show. But, yeah, man, how you doing?
Good. A little behind the scenes here. Bryan can also change transitions now.
Yeah, so a lot of change effect.
And he's just doing all the work for. Well, he's like using a remote control, which is like a lot easier than like the tablet because it's just a button press.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. We also have guests that you can't hear that are enjoying.
They'll probably join us for a different podcast.
Eventually, they will join us, but we told them to. You're not going to say shit on this one, so yeah. That's not the guest, by the way.
That's out the window. All right, go ahead.
But yeah, we got just living in a beautiful place here. I'll tell you what.
I'll tell you what.
Identity theft is not a joke, Jim. Millions of families suffer every year.
All right, let's get into some of the big news topics, just to run through a couple of things. Not going to spend too much time on this, but I do think that it's critical that we talk about it. Streaming overall is now larger than any other form of TV usage. Apparently, according to Nielsen, which obviously is the big tracker for all of television in its history, at least for quite a while. The key here is that streaming is now 38% of all TV usage. Broadcast networks are down to 21%, cable down to 31%, and video gaming down to 11%. Or up, to 11%. This is mostly fueled by kids being out of school, using video games more, streaming more, but in general, audiences are just watching content through streaming more and more. They're less tuning into broadcast networks, and just expect this to change as we get toward the NFL season in fall. Mark, what do you think about this?
So, when we talk about streaming, are we also counting, video game streaming services as well?
So, with video game streaming, I think, again, if you're using an app, or, if you're using an app on your TV to play, I think that counts as a stream thing because you're opening an app to play that thing. If you're playing on a console, I think that's where you're indicating that you are playing, you're gaming. I think the caveat or the weirdness comes in is when you're playing on an actual, when you're playing video or like Prime or Netflix or something on a video game console, do they count that? Do they actually count that as streaming, or do they count that as a video game, as your video gaming? Because I don't know if they have the ability to tell whether or not they're doing that.
I think cable, because I said this on a podcast a long time ago. I don't know if it was this network.
Yeah, it was cable is... We were saying something about cable is dead, or I think that's literally the title.
Yeah, but cable, I think is going to be around for old people.
Yes.
And in the older generation who still doesn't want to move over to the streaming world, or want to have both. And it's also, I think I know networks still have exclusive things, kind of have streaming services has exclusive rights to stuff. Networks to cable services do, some live sports, and some shows themselves, because you try to go on websites to stream on certain websites of networks, and they're hey, to watch this, to unlock this, put in your cable password and login.
Yeah, that's just like such a weird dilemma. Number one, the fact that like you need like to get to like Fox content or whatever you're watching, like just to watch it for apparently free is what they'll say on their website, and then you have to put in a fucking cable key for some reason. Yeah, that's definitely going to keep people in there. I do think cable also offers something that streaming is, streaming originally was really beneficial because you could get everything pretty much on Netflix or Hulu, and you'd have a lot of content on just those two alone. Now that everyone is splintering off, it's just more and more tough to sort of, invest in 5-6 streaming services. Whereas with cable, even though there's still commercials and it's an older format, you're getting 70, 80 channels automatically. You know what I mean? Like, you're getting content. And the one magic thing that I do love about cable is, at least in the past, not as much now because they don't really care much anymore, is the quality of trying to hold an audience. That's where you got Toonami back in the day. That's where you got Adult Swim back in the day. You had really interesting interstitials and bumpers where they were trying to keep you invested as an audience member in that entertainment. Whereas now it's like you just, when you're going to streaming, it doesn't matter. You just click on and then you click to the fucking video. If you're on TV, you're watching cable, you're not really getting any specialty because they know that they're losing and they're not going to gain ground. They know that you're probably on your phone going to move on and pass up the idea of watching some interstitial. So, there's still that Toonami out there, there's still Adult Swim out there, but they're not putting that investment in that they used to because they don't need to anymore. And that's just around the board. I wish that whether it's streaming or it's TV or cable, I wish that came back because that's what was cool back in the day to me.
I can tell you definitely, like, I grew up on cable, and I don't miss commercials. The only
Yes.
the only service I still have to deal with annoying ads is freaking YouTube, and I am not paying for YouTube Premium because like it's already for free, and I have ad block on my computer anyway.
Hey man, I'll tell you what, I feel you 100%. When I'm on Pornhub Premium, or not Pornhub Premium, but when I'm
What the
Pornhub,
fuck?
I absolutely hate those ads before the videos. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel you. Like, damn, like, it's crazy. Like, yeah, our audience member probably understands that more than me, but, it's just a thing that you have to deal with as a person dealing in the 21st century. Mark, you understand that. You look very lost, like you haven't used that before. You've never seen an ad? Oh, you're on those dark websites, I remember. Alright, never mind. Moving on. Are you pausing or are you getting up? Oh god, he left. Alright, I guess that's the StreamBlast podcast for this evening. Alright, of course, subscribe for all. Oh, okay, I see. Oh, so just because I say a few dirty words, you have to leave. Oh.
You make me feel
what
uncomfortable.
a gentleman this man is. Ridiculous.
I'll talk about Mrs. Incredible's ass all day, but like when you talk about on the subject of porn,
you got a screenshot of it for fucking 20 minutes sitting on screen. But, God forbid you fucking talk about Pornhub and their advertising for a few seconds. By the way, this fucking podcast sponsored by Pornhub. Mark, did you know that?
I wouldn't. They probably pay well.
Yeah, I mean, I know they pay their actors well. I'm sure they probably don't give a fuck about this. They probably get like 30 cents for every fucking.
Hey, whoever pays us, I welcome them. Unless they're like this, I don't know. Unless they're an organization that'll get us canceled.
I mean, if they're
I'll take their money.
Yeah.
Unless if it's an organization that will get us canceled, then like I just will not take it just to keep our reputation good. But like if there's anybody else that just doesn't get us canceled, fuck it, I'll take their money.
Well, no one has an issue with ExxonMobil, so I think we should.
I mean, if it comes out like that, Elon Musk eats children and does other things with them, then like we can't take the money for X.
Sponsored by ISIS, guys. Sponsored by ISIS. All right.
Sponsored by 9/11.
So I just want to talk about the fact that Cartoon Network is going through a lot since it turned 30. A lot of people say once you turn 30, you're really old. Things start to change for the worse. You're not getting better, you're getting worse. And man, since last October, when Cartoon Network turned 30, I just want to run through everything that happened since then. Let me run through this here. Cartoon Network Studios merged into WB Animation, so they lost their autonomy, their uniqueness there. Adult Swim was announced to be pushed to 6 p.m. So now, for the first time ever, it holds 12 hours of the channel entirely. Let's see. Classic Cartoon Network shows you would think would be on Cartoon Network, by the way, so that maybe it gets more of the viewership. That was pushed completely to Adult Swim in a block called Checkered Past. That's going to be coming, I believe, pretty soon, actually. And it was announced earlier in July that Cartoon Network would be leaving the studio that they've been in since 2000. A very, very big deal of that studio back in the day, like big investment. And of course, by the way, many original series have been removed from existence on HBO Max. They have yet to return on the new service, and
I can't wait till after the podcast. I'm gonna watch my favorite episodes of Final Space and Close Enough.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, you're gonna need a time machine for that, but good luck to you. Good luck to you. But yeah, like a lot of shows haven't come back, or they're just still getting slashed if they're on Max.
There aren't a lot of people on strike. Is that still going on?
So yeah, right now 66 staffers within WB Animation, and 22 of those are from Cartoon Network Studios. Apparently, they were trying to set up, either they are striking or they were trying to set up they wanted to strike the way in which they were being treated, because we already had this issue where a lot of their content wasn't being aired entirely. That was a big deal 5 years ago, 6 years ago, where a lot of the content wasn't being aired, but they were still producing content. So it was like, all right, that's fine. Now at this point, they've slashed a lot of people out of Cartoon Network. They're being sort of merged. They merged into WB Animation. They're not in their own studio anymore. They are a part of just WB Animation as a whole. Obviously, Cartoon Network was already in its death throes, but this is more of another final nail in the coffin that we're getting close to its final, probably. Especially since Adult Swim is now at fucking 12 hours. That's nuts. If you told me that, I'd be fucking surprised. 10, 15 years ago when I was a kid, I'd be surprised. 10 years ago, not so much.
No, I just want to go to my memories of cable. Like, what I miss about cable is falling asleep. I just like falling asleep and then waking up to the weirdest shit.
That was the thing back
Adult
then.
Swim was the doing that the most to me. Especially I think they even expect people to do that, because they have a show called, I think, Off the Air or something like that, and it's just weird sketches with weird animation or whatever they're doing weird. Well, they have a lot of trippy stuff.
Oh yeah, no, I just remember back in the day, things especially things like Moral Oral, like Robot Chicken, definitely, 100%. You got, if you stayed up late, and you just ended up watching those, it was a whole new world. And again, once you knew the barrier, they would have the whole thing, all right, that's it, everybody, go to CartoonNetwork.com to watch more Cartoon Network stuff, and then, it'd switch over to Adult Swim bumpers, and that was it was basically a portal into this thing that you felt like you weren't necessarily supposed to watch, but, you were watching it anyway. And I think, Cartoon Network put themselves in this situation, or I would say Warner Brothers put Cartoon Network in this situation to begin with. Like I've brought up many times on my channel, back in 2005, they officially separated Adult Swim and Cartoon Network as two separate entities. They wanted the adults and older people to watch later in the day, and they wanted Cartoon Network to increasingly become for kids.
I would like if I would like if they were to play old shows, just have old broadcasting channels. There could be a rights thing with old commercials, but I want to see old commercials like McDonald's toys for Finding Nemo coming soon to theaters.
Yeah, I think the only thing you can do for that is you have to go on YouTube for those, because I think they just wouldn't be able. I think Disney probably would have to do an agreement somewhere down the line.
They probably just play their old. Any commercials they own, fuck it, they gotta just play those.
Yeah, I just think the dream back in the day for me was always I never understood why you never went back to Cartoon City. To me, Cartoon City...
Yeah, play those old commercials! Do it during that block, they should play, the Cartoon City commercials.
Well, I just think, why haven't you made a new one and just included new cartoons? I'm saying, why haven't...
Because it won't be animated as well.
Well, obviously. Yeah, sadly, that's...
I want to do research on it. I need to find out who animates those, or if there's separate animation teams for those.
Either way, it was such a great concept, and I love... That's why...
There's a commentary for, one of them, for Yogi Bear one that's really good.
Well, that whole back in the day where it was Boomerang and they had great bumpers, those bumpers are legendary. That's why they kept airing them, by the way.
Dude, I remember, because it's not even, like, waking up to, like, weird shows. It's also waking up to weird commercials. Like, I still remember waking up to that weird Quiznos commercials with the fucking rat.
So, did you get that ad in the movie theater? Have you seen that ad? Because, okay, we'll do this in StreamBlast.
Well, I want to show off, like, here, real quick.
Is this the We Are Back, the road trip one?
No, this is like a weird Quiznos ad that was, like, had no effort put into it at all.
Yes, so they brought it back, by the way. If this is that rat thing, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, am I not, like...
Are you not plugged in? There's some technical glitches going on here.
Hold on.
Come on, switch over, come on.
Oh, there we go.
Magic, there we go. Alright. Let's see it. This is terrible. Fuck it.
I remember waking up to this.
Quiznos new Santa Fe Trio subs with smoky chipotle sauce. Fried chicken.
I just want to tell you this, right? If you want to know why Quiznos never caught up to Subway, do not make your mascot a fucking thing that looks like a rodent that died there. Like, don't make your fucking mascot a rodent that possibly could have died on the floor there. Because, like, I don't know who thought that thing... By the way, they brought it back, though. Like, I'll show you the ad. It was in the theater that I went to.
What?
Yesterday. Yes.
Jesus
They have brought it back. And, by the way, Quiznos has not gotten better. Like, I don't know how the fuck. I have no idea why they keep...
There used to be a Quiznos downtown. I haven't seen a Quiznos in a while. Are they still around? I just see Subways everywhere. It's just Subways.
Yeah, because people know what Subway is. They love Jared. Even though Jared did what he did, they love Jared.
Children love Jared.
Love Jared. Jared loves children. Like, it's a beneficial party, you know? So, yeah, man. It's just... Quiznos is like, Quiznos, there's one in Towson, and that's the only Quiznos I know. There's one in Towson. Outside of that,
there used to be a couple around Baltimore.
You know why they died? Because they had a mascot that looked like a rodent that died.
How does Subway live? They had a pedophile mascot
who
appeared in Sharknado movies.
That appeared in Sharknado movies. Oh my God, Jesus Christ! What a marketing campaign. You know why? Because they kept saying $5 footlong. You don't think about Jared. You think about the $5 footlong.
I remember a commercial just like it's about like Jared just like how he lost weight from Subway, and like ever since like the stuff came out about him like freaking going after children. All I can think of is like, okay, he lost weight by running after children.
That's it. All right, let's go ahead and move on. We're running through this. We're taking our time through this news. I mean, honestly,
we've been recording for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, I know, but it's all good. Guys, just before we get to the main point, I think I have this here, right? Yeah, of course. There we go. If you have, by the way, topics, ideas, questions, all that stuff, throw it at us at ScreenBlastPodcast@gmail.com. That counts for the StreamBlast Podcast, ScreenBlast, Blasting Turbo Ports, and now Cartoon Chat. For any of those, if you have any topics, ideas, things like that for us to cover, just toss it to our email. And so that's where you go. We got it there. I think we've done enough there. And by the way, if you hear some fucking weird, creepy noise in the background, that is just a dog asleep. So don't be worried.
Behind Chicago.
Behind Chicago, literally. So yeah, let's
before we move on, I found the commercial. Do you want to go to
the new one? Go for it. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Because it was weird as fuck. The road trip one. Because they just popped up one day when I was wait before you record. So I just want to set up when I was fucking in this theater, the Harbor East Theater, to watch the Barbenheimer, basically. I'm just like, all right, what the fuck is this? And then I had no clue, by the way, the Sponge Monkeys. I had no clue about this Quiznos campaign at all.
It's an infamous bad commercial.
The old one or the new one. I had no clue about this at all. So I see this, I'm like, this is a terrible idea. And then you showed me this, and I'm like, yeah, because I did research last night about the fact that this existed before, which makes no sense. Again,
I know about it because I watch like crappy commercial, like bad commercial compilations. I remember like me and like a couple of boys on Discord were watching crappy commercial compilations. I remember one of the commercials came on was like a Life of Black Tiger commercial, and that's when everyone started getting at me like, hey, you should do a review of Black Tiger, and I'm like, oh my god, and I did it. That game was awful.
Jesus Christ. That's right, that shit barely functional game, yeah.
Go to K9 Biscuits to see that video. Life of Black Tiger review.
That's K9BISKUTS.
I will make videos again. I promise, one day.
I'm in the...
But anyway, it's fucking Sponge Monkeys.
Sponge Monkeys.
On a road trip to get to Quiznos. We love the gas prices and public restrooms and the creepy billboards. It's harder to find a Quiznos these days, and we're here to...
What the... So, just a heads up. By the way, not a good idea when you're fucking Quiznos shit. Go back to the map. Just push it back by like 2 seconds. Don't resume. A couple of those Quiznos locations are pointing to the ocean. So, like, number one, you did a shit job of pointing. Number two, just Sponge Monkeys are a terrible... Again, do not... If you sell food, do not make your mascot a rodent that looks like it would die there. That's simple.
I think the point...
Do you know why Cheesecake Factory is successful? Because they don't have a fucking mascot.
No, well,
it looks like it died.
Some companies will do this. This was a marketing strategy even back in the day.
This is the internet thing back in like the mid 2000s. Yeah,
you have to commit. Like, if you can't think of a good commercial, make a commercial that's so bad people will remember it, and that's how people will remember your product. Because like, remember that bad commercial? Yeah, it was connected to freaking Geico. Geico. Stuck in my brain now.
Yeah, you know what? It wasn't stuck in my brain until this was kept. By the way, this does not make me want more Quiznos. Again, this is the whole point. Like, sometimes
those things make me lose my appetite.
Sometimes a bad commercial is good, like you said, for Geico or for State Farm or whatever, or Allstate, where the mayhem guy runs into your car and kills 12 children on a school bus. Like, that's fine. That's mayhem or whatever. But, like, for fucking food, I just want to see food. I don't need to see
We're back!
Yes, plus they're not cool. Like, what the fuck are you... You know why the kid... So, again,
the joke is that, like, you see these in bad commercial compilations. I think this is made for the audience who watch bad commercial compilations.
No, I agree. I'm just saying, like, that's... You know why the Kia Soul is one of the top-selling cars of all time in the past decade? It's because the hamsters looked cool. They gave them fucking cool clothes. They gave them fucking cool hats and shit.
So those hamsters from the commercial. Everybody in the house.
Yeah, like, they gotta look cool and shit. You look at it today, like, look at these...
That commercial's the reason I know that song, and just, like, it lives in my head rent-free.
Yeah, and then you have the fucking Sponge Monkeys. They don't look... Just put it on with, like, scroll to one of the spots where the Sponge Monkeys are, Mark. Put your fucking computer, like, put it somewhere where the Sponge Monkeys... Yeah, like, right there. Yeah.
Cause God, the fucking realistic.
Do you want a sub from those two? Like,
yes.
Like, look at that. Look at that dumb shit right there. That is ridiculous. I can't believe it. All right, you ready to move on, Mark? Go ahead and give me a transition.
You're gonna look at this forever. Nah, it's gonna be the podcast.
Fuck no. Go ahead and switch it back.
I should never give you power.
Yeah, this remote is cool. It's like programming very easily. All right, but again, guys, StreamBlast podcast at gmail.com. This is StreamBlast, of course, but keep on watching.
Walt Disney Pictures proudly presents Mickey, Donald, and Goofy in an all-new motion picture event, The Three Musketeers. An outrageously funny take on a classic story.
let's talk about the wonderful world of Mickey Mouse. It's coming to a closure here. This era,
It already came to a close.
Whatever. You get it.
No. It came to a close. It's done.
Coming. Squirt. Whatever you call it.
I'm thinking about this joke from Duckman. He was reading a porn ad. It's like, just in, coming soon.
I've never seen that, by the way.
This show is fantastic. We gotta watch some episodes. Like I got the DVD of the complete set downstairs right now.
Jesus Christ! Right next to your Shrek porn. Shrek is love. Shrek is life.
You always have to bring it around to porn.
I'm not bringing it around to porn. I'm making a reference to the fact that you get ads because you brought up ads in commercials, and then I said ads in cable, and then I said
I was talking about Duckman the DVDs, and you brought around the Shrek porn.
By the way,
it's on you.
By the way, did you get that fucking ad? Did you see that trailer? Were you still outside for that ad for the fucking Duck? The fucking Duck Dynasty fucking prequel.
If you want to, I guess, like a show on ducks, watch Illumination's fucking new movie, I guess.
Yeah, that's Migration.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like how I like how like it says from the creators of the Mario Brothers movie and not one of their original properties.
Yeah, it's so weird. It's like, why? I guess because it's now their highest grossing thing.
I think it definitely is.
I think Minions made more. No, it passed Minions because it's number 3. Also.
Yep.
Yeah, it's our highest grossing thing. So now that gets the top. Now Forever and Always.
But it's an IP they don't own.
They don't own, but it's going to be funny. Forever and Always, they can say, from the creators of the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Well, they can probably make kids think from the creators of Super Mario Brothers.
Right.
They can get little impressionable little kids to think they created Mario Brothers.
That's what. Yeah, it's like a deal with the devil. Like, have them work on the movie, and then they can reference the fact that they worked on the movie forever. And
like, there'll be kids in elementary school like, "Hey, did you know the Mario Brothers? They were created by the same people who made Minions."
That's gonna be on the YouTube Shorts. Some dumb shit like that.
Yeah,
some obvious like, did you know what the Illumination logo at the beginning means that they made it? God, fuck them. Fuck TikTok, Instagram, fucking YouTube Shorts, all that dumb shit. All right. Let's get to the main point. We are really fucking off our rocker here. The wonderful.
We're always off our rocker. We're always behind.
Yeah, it came to an end. Mark, you're honestly going to have to lead this really because you have much more of a history with these mascots than I do. In terms of like the nostalgia, I have it with like Three Musketeers, of course. We talked about that before.
Oh, what do you mean history? The show we just watched was the first Mickey Mouse con I ever seen in my life.
Oh fuck! So. Mickey Mouse was created in 2003 after Kingdom Hearts.
Also, Kingdom Hearts is fucking 2000. You got your facts so wrong.
It's a joke. I was just throwing out random fucking numbers.
Fucking incorrect joke.
After the Twin.
Correct your jokes first, sir.
Did you know that the 2 towers look like the 2 ears of Mickey Mouse? Subscribe for more. But yeah, man. What do you think of so just overall? Like, by the way, like I was saying.
Okay, so
my history with them is like you have the fact that you have like in terms of the mascot characters, the most nostalgic thing to me is the Goofy movie. Moves on to Three Musketeers. Not a lot outside of that because I didn't really watch House of Mouse. I didn't really watch a lot of other things. Mickey Mouse Clubhouse was a little too old for me, right? Like it came out I think in like the mid 2000s.
It came out after I was like too old to watch preschool shit.
Right, like, and I was like. It's so, like, you get to this point where you kind of miss those eras, Like, I think our audience member downstairs definitely watched it.
I think I watched a couple episodes of Mickey Mouse Clubhouse here and there anyway.
Now, this is a closing of an era, as you said before, the closed era now, because it already happened, of this sort of very interesting art style and direction for a mascot that hadn't gotten a lot of attention over.
Started about 10 years ago. It's a 10-year anniversary of this stuff.
Yeah, What's up? What are you looking for?
I forgot the guy's name of who made these Mickey Mouse cartoons. It's Paul Rubish or something.
Did he also do
Paul Ruddish.
Did he also do the previous Mickey Mouse shorts as well, or is it just this era, Wonderful World?
I don't know. I'd probably do some more research if I have the time. I'm pretty sure he was an animator on other stuff.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I just think, like, this was quite an interesting time, and for the era of Disney, because, like we were talking about before, the Mouse House doesn't do much with their mascots overall, so you're stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Okay, I can give you a whole list right now, real quick. He worked on Two Stupid Dogs. He worked on Secret Squirrel, Dexter's Laboratory, the Powerpuff Girls, the classic one, Samurai Jack, Star Wars: The Clone Wars, Kothar of Barbaria, Symbiotic Titan, My Little Pony Friendship and Magic, and finally Mickey Mouse and the Wonderful World of Mickey Mouse.
So he just did that one.
But he hasn't, he hasn't done the other Mickey Mouses.
Okay, alright. Well, like I was talking about before, in terms of Disney mascots, the first thing that you jump to, at least for me, is a Goofy movie. After that, Three Musketeers. And after that, pretty much nothing outside of, like, Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, which is essentially irrelevant for me because I was too old. After that came on, I just, if you were browsing as a kid, you would see it, but it's for kids. I didn't, it's basic shit.
If you grow up becoming a big animation fan and, like, trying to learn about the world of behind the scenes of animation, there is no way you can avoid, like, fucking Disney shit. Even with the shit Disney doesn't own, they have links to, like, everything. If you're, like, going through history of, like, fucking media, you'll come across Disney at some point.
Wait, I thought Illumination was the one that started the animation craze. What are you talking about?
They did, and then Disney happened.
I see.
Walt Disney was inspired by fucking Minions, and then, like, he hypnotized the world to forget Minions existed, and then the hypnosis wore off in, like, 2010.
Yeah, and then Universal bought the rights.
Yeah.
What a shit story. Yeah, but take me through, you've been following this sort of reinvigoration of the Mickey Mouse character through these shorts for quite a while.
Because I like the classic Disney cartoons. Mickey was like, so in his early era, Mickey is like a mischievous character. He's just like this happy, I guess Woody Woodpeckerish character. No. It's hard to describe him because like he's because character raising changed with every era.
Right.
So he's just he's just like a. Yeah, in the early era, he was like a mischievous, curious character, and like in the newer era, like the House of Mouse, Mickey Mouse Works era, it's just sort of like an average Joe dealing with like situations, and his cartoons would be different from like Donald Duck and Goofy's, where Goofy was like a klutz, and like he would just like more of his things were just like funny how-to videos, and Goofy would do it the wrong way, and. The one with the most interesting cartoons is Donald Duck.
Yes.
And his cartoons are just like him dealing with his universe bullshitting him at every turn.
What a goddamn nightmare. Yeah.
So Mickey Mouse was always the least interesting, but he was the most merchandisable. He was the most recognizable character. So Disney always just treated him as a mascot, and kind of like Mario with Nintendo, he doesn't have much of a personality. He's just a face.
Yeah, I forgot to mention, like, the one previous thing was Fantasia. That was the only other thing that, and that Sorcerer's moment.
Same thing. Mickey Mouse just a dude.
He's just a dude.
He's curious. He's just a curious guy.
Yes, it could be anyone. It could be literally anyone.
He's just a curious guy. And, like in Sorcerer's Apprentice, the short in Fantasia, he is curious about, like, what's it like wearing a magician's hat? Yeah. Like, what magical spells can I do? Fuck, I fucked up. It went wrong. I'm trying to fix this before the sorcerer comes back. Yeah. It's going out of hand, and then a sorcerer comes like, Mickey, what the fuck? Let me get my goddamn hat back, fix this shit.
Very much like a kid, very much in a kid way where it's like, man, my parents tell me to do all this shit. Or even like a boss and his worker, like, man, like, I'm so tired of doing this shit. What does this magic do? I don't need to do this. Oh, fuck, it does it for me. Why the fuck? And then it gets all out of hand, and shit goes.
Funny thing is, I think they not too long ago they made like a remake or a movie of The Sorcerer's Apprentice, and it doesn't involve Mickey Mouse in any way.
Even though
but every time they advertise, like, you remember the Mickey Mouse short? Now watch the movie we made based on it with no anthropomorphic characters whatsoever. Like, why would I watch this?
What an absolute fucking mess.
These cartoons are great because not only like does it bring back Mickey Mouse as not a freaking
just stand in.
Because at the time I think the Disney characters are just used as like for preschool shows, like Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, and like they're at their most like generic mascotish form. Or,
2000s area, yeah.
Yeah, 2000s area. It's just a Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. No, later 2000s area. Where it's just like the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse and nothing else. And like these Disney characters.
Well, again, Three Musketeers, the only outside.
Are just like like one-dimensional mascot characters.
Right.
And like these shorts, like when they came out, I was like, oh, they are actually making, doing something with the characters that are like actually different from different from Looney Tunes, and they're like, freaking capture the spirit of like what those older Disney cartoons were like.
Yes, indeed.
But putting their own spin on it. Like there's definitely some inspiration from Ren and Stimpy with like how the animation works with some of the designs and close-ups and stuff.
Yeah, the flow, all of it, it's smooth.
So it's doing its own thing, but also kind of like.
But really defining these characters.
Yeah, really define like the classic really define the classicness of the classic cartoons.
Yes.
It's because like the I think the Mickey Mouse / House of Mouse, Mickey Mouse Works / House of Mouse cartoons were okay, but they're not as fun and wacky as like the older Disney stuff. And this is just kind of harking back to the older Disney stuff, but like adding its own spin to it.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's why, going back, watching this, so it's like we were saying, overall, as a wrap-up, not wrapping up this topic, but wrapping up as a run of a reinvigoration here, it was very interesting, and it was very nice to see that they were getting this treatment that was just better for not just for the brand, but for these characters, because you just didn't get that as we were growing up significantly outside of Goofy. And now I will say, Donald Duck, if you think about the DuckTales spinoff, sort of, but these last I'd say 5 to 6 years have been just impressive for Disney these mascots.
Oh, don't get me started on 2017's DuckTales. That's like the best use of Disney characters, period. It would be cool if Mickey Mouse was in there, but like I remember the animators were told like they're not allowed to use Mickey Mouse.
Interesting. Yeah,
I guess they're just trying to keep it strictly ducks.
Right.
But like Goofy made an appearance on there, and his Goof Troop form, and that episode is awesome. Did you see that episode? If you're not gonna watch the whole series,
very minimal of it.
Yeah, if you're not gonna watch the whole series, at least see that episode where Goofy shows up. I love it so much.
It's worth it.
It references it references so much stuff. It references the old 90s cartoon like Quack Pack. It references Goof Troop, and it references a DuckTales movie.
I'm going to be honest. I would say wow, but I don't really know most of those.
Oh, goddamn! Okay, yeah, Quack Pack is another.
I
love classic Disney cartoons.
Yeah,
but like I also love the new short that came out, the last Steamboat Willie or whatever. Silly.
Steamboat Send Off, basically, is what you could call it.
I forgot the name of the last short.
Yeah.
But like, I love the last short. So what do you think about it before I go all out?
I love the idea, by the way. I love this idea of Mickey interacting with, this past iteration. I wish, because I saw a clip, I saw Velasky Bum, I think, was doing a topic on it. He does really quick thoughts about things. And he was talking about this, and I really wish that, I saw a clip of it. I really wish that they were able to spend a little more time in this idea. Obviously, they are short, so they're not going to be able to spend like 1 billion years on it. But I wish that we were able to see different eras of Mickey, and this version, working with all of the different iterations. That would have been so much more fun than just you get a brief spin up of all these different iterations. But it was fun. It was still worth it. I'm not saying it's bad. I really wish that we could have delved more into it, because I feel like it stinks that this is ending. And I wish that they were just given like a good run to just spend time focusing on this idea.
Well, now that it's ending, I'm just curious, like, what's next for like Mickey Mouse? And like, I wonder, like, I told you, like, we were talking when the Mario Brothers movie came out. We were talking about like, what is Disney gonna like? What's gonna be the response to this? Like, what? Because you said Kingdom Hearts, because that's a big IP that can get people in seats. And I was like, that could be complicated because
it's Weeb. It's a video game company.
It wouldn't make money, but it would be complicated in terms of like rights. Because I forget, I'm not sure what like Square Enix owns and what part of like does Disney own.
Yeah,
they definitely have to work with Square Enix on that one.
Absolutely.
But then I said like, Because I was thinking like, yeah, I guess like Kingdom Hearts would be cool because it has like the iconic Disney characters in it. But then I realized, wait a second, there's no big Mickey Mouse movie, and it's like they could like, and that's just like an easy pitch, and it's a one-sentence pitch, full-length Mickey Mouse movie, full-length theatrical Mickey Mouse movie.
I mean,
and surprisingly, since Walt Disney's death, they just haven't done that at all.
I mean...
Oh, and the new short is called SteamBoat Silly. There we go.
I don't know. After the success of Barbie, they're probably going to go mini and just, the mini movie.
I mean, have a full theatrical movie on any of these Disney characters.
I mean, again, I think that...
I mean, another... Dude, Goofy Movie 2. Just ignore Extremely Goofy Movie. They just call it Goofy Movie 2. They would do that in terms of marketing. But like... Or probably some other subtitle on after movie. Before movie. But like, Goofy... or fucking a new... they'll call it an even goofier Goofy movie.
No, you're doing too much. They goofed up. That's it.
They goofed up the movie. There you go.
That's it.
I love seeing. There was a tweet I saw where it's like somebody had a screenshot of when it said a movie, and it was like, it better not be any goofy shit, and it says a Goofy movie, and they're like, what the fuck?
Jesus.
But like, just like a new Goofy movie, that would bank. You got nostalgic people running to the theater. You got people like people know Goofy is. You got them running to the theater because like, oh, that's a funny child character I know in my freaking preschool show.
I mean, I don't need that in the theater either. I just need that, even if it was on...
We don't need a theater, but they put in the theater, I'm going to the theater.
Yeah, no, I agree. I just think as a bankable IP, like we were talking about before, I know Mickey Mouse sells, and yes, that would make a lot of money. That's definitely going to cross $1 billion. But if you want to hit $2 billion, if you want to beat fucking Mario movie, you make a Kingdom Hearts movie. It's got a lot of lore. It's got,
I mean, you can make a Mickey Mouse movie because, like, in these Mickey Mouse... Oh, go ahead.
But I'm just saying, it has this anime theme, essentially. It's got Disney characters involved, Disney locations involved. It's got a lot of cross of things that would make a lot of money.
I mean, what I like about these Mickey Mouse cartoons is, like, they make use of Disney characters. Like, they're just in the world of this Mickey Mouse world in the Paul Rubich cartoons.
Agreed.
Like, there was a fun episode where they're roller skating. They're doing a roller derby. And Pete is like going against them, and he just brings in Ursula. There's no like interdimensional thing involved. She's just there. It's like I bought an extra guest with me, and like she's just an antagonist of the. It's not a cameo either. She's just like an actual antagonist of the episode, and she's just there, and it's cool. Like you got other Disney characters just existing in their world, and they're just like They become like the villains become whole antagonists of the cartoon.
Dude, it's so nice that they gave Melissa McCarthy more roles. That's so nice.
But like, a Mickey Mouse movie could do that. It was like, hey, it's Mickey Mouse just messing with like the Disney world. Bryan Epic Mickey. Well, they were going to do an Epic Mickey movie, but they canceled that.
Well, that's because they don't make smart decisions, Mark. They've been doing remakes for the past 30 months. They've got another...
You say they don't make smart decisions, but Lion King remake is like the best-selling movie.
Animated apparently.
Animated movie. They didn't want it to.
They also bought Fox, and now they have Avatar 1, Avatar 2, Lion King. All those movies are in that top realm. So, good for them. That's what we've...
Our contract's in the air, Disney. If you want to buy us.
If you want to buy us, yep. Or if you want to buy a couple members of our casting couch, any of that.
Front door open.
Oh shit, they left. Well, it was fun while it was fun while it lasted, but I think
that is perfect timing right there.
Yes. Do you have anything else you want to say about this? I do appreciate this one, and hopefully they don't just automatically cut this away from Disney Plus out of the blue sometime in the future, because I think this is beautiful to show families. You talk about the success of something like Bluey. It's like this is a great thing to just go and show a kid. And or just have like anywhere, and just like on the road, in a hotel, whatever. Like it's a fun.
Mickey Mouse content in general is great for families. I just hope they like make more Mickey Mouse stuff that's not just for preschool kids. So like I hope like they have like another Mickey Mouse thing, non-preschool Mickey Mouse thing lined up. I remember it was announced there was a stop motion Christmas special for Mickey Mouse in the works, and I was excited. And then I found out it's not like the good stop motion. It's stop motion by the Robot Chicken Company. By the Robot Chicken people. So it looks like cheap
like
action
shit.
figures. And it's the incarnation of the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse incarnation of the characters.
Yeah.
And I was so disappointed when I got there. I was
Robot
like,
Chicken is fun as a joke. It is not fun if you're going to purposefully make them produce content. You know what I mean? Like, for the sake of it being special.
yeah, and it doesn't matter. It was like the preschool incarnations of the Mickey Mouse characters anyway. So I was like, because like when I heard like a stop motion like Mickey Mouse Christmas special, I was excited. And it was just, I was so let down. It was not only was a cheap stop motion, it was a preschool special.
Well, I mean, you know, it might be time. You know, they turned Spider-Verse what the kids call urban. TMNT is what the kids call urban. So now it's time to go back. Did you see have you heard the cassette tape of Mickey Mouse rapping back in like the early '90s?
Rhyme. Gosh, I sure hope I can get it fixed.
They released a fucking.
Yes, I remember that.
You gotta go back to those roots. You know, you gotta fucking. Mess with the community. You know?
I mean, have you listened to the freaking Space Jam soundtrack of Bugs Bunny rapping to "You're bugging"?
Oh my god, that's ancient. That's ancient, man.
That's I love listening to that cringy ass song.
Yeah.
All right, so
back when they thought that shit was hip.
Yeah, but these Paul Rubish cartoons are great. The last short was great. I love how they animated all the all the old iconic Mickeys, especially at the end. You see like
yeah, that was great. I just wish that we had more time where he could have.
I wish it was a little bit longer. It was 10 minutes. It could have been 12 minutes. No, it was less than 10 minutes because that's counting the credits.
Yeah, it was like 9 minutes overall because they had credits.
Yeah, it's like I wish they went out on a bigger end, but like it was just like it was a nice ending, but it was a very quick one.
It was like they were pushing them out of the animation studio as you know they were finishing that up. Like, hey, all right, you did your thing, get out of the way. All right, you're good. Thanks.
I mean, like I was expecting like for like the restaurant closure. The restaurant was closing down. I was expecting like one last meal, but they gave me a cake. It was a really good cake, but like I finished that piece of cake quick.
It was like the end of what the fuck was that movie last year where the dude served her a cheeseburger at the very end, like
the menu.
The menu, yeah, it's like that, like it's just a cheeseburger. And it wasn't a bad cheeseburger. In fact, it looks like a really good cheeseburger. But this place apparently made.
That was apparently their fucking next meal. They're turning everybody into some fucking s'mores.
They're turning everybody. Yeah.
That movie is fucking funny. Still, I love
the dark. Gold. I love when the dude is like, it's like, all right, well,
we need more dark comedy thrillers.
Yes. Yes. By the way, we did review the menu. Go to the StreamBlast podcast.
You know, there probably are more dark comedy thrillers. I just haven't been looking it up because I just don't care about the horror thriller genre that much until I get good word of mouth.
Oh yeah, I mean there are some that are just so bad they're fucking hilarious anyway. Like some, some just use a lot of overused tropes so they become fucking golden. Like, that's just the way it works.
All right, next topic.
Well, next topic, Mark. We're done. This is it. This has been.
Fuck!
This has been the StreamBlast podcast for today, guys. Of course, StreamBlast is a part of ScreenBlast, so you can find us on the podcast service at ScreenBlast Podcast. Now, if you type in StreamBlast, you will find us as well. So, just type that in, you'll find us there, and you'll find this on YouTube as well. Of course, you can find Mark at K9Biscuits. That's K9BISKUTS.com. And of course, you can find me at Democracy, ATHEMOCRA.
You have there you go.
I can't spell this shit.
You had your computer screen. Oh wait, you did it on purpose.
I did it on purpose. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but yeah, man, find us there, guys. Thanks for watching, and whatever we were gonna say next, stay tuned for.
Log it out, everybody. Woo!